dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. As always, thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, I encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping me accountable. For personal readings, all that information can be found down below in the description. Alrighty, Sagittarius, what do we have for this week? There's hold on, guys, because it's kind of weird. Your eyes are being open to. Your eyes are being open to a perception that maybe you have never even thought about. There is a sense here, Sag, of like, I know I have Sagittarius in my chart somewhere, so definitely I need to pay attention. I'm gonna have to watch this later. There is a sense of like, allow yourself the space for curiosity. Now, again, guys, these are general readings, so regardless of what area this is in your life. But some of you may learn certain things and then you get fixated on it. And when something new presents itself, like a new idea or something like that, you get rigid around it, and are not as flexible as seeing a different perspective or something like that. But something is happening this week that is giving you the opportunity to evolve in that area of your life. Now, when we talk about seeing a different perspective and understanding it, it does not mean that you have to change your, it doesn't mean you have to change your stand on something, right? But it does help you, let's put it this way, to open up to see that there's more than one way of doing things or one way of going about things. Because it's like, again, this rigid energy that I'm picking up is, it's not, it may have worked for you in the past, but whatever, like, how can I put it this way? Like, where you're headed to on your path, there is a need to have, or to at least be willing to see or hear a different perspective than what your stand is, so that your point of view or your perspective in the matter can be received the same way. So it's almost kind of like you have an expectation, let's put it this way, of like, okay, this is what I do, or this is what I know, and that's it. And you want people to accept that as if it's like written in stone, right? And like there's no other way. But then you're not open to even listening to someone else's point of view, because then you're right away going about your point of view again. So there is a need to kind of like for like a second. And sometimes when certain things are being shared with you, or you're seeing certain things, it's not so much about what you know, it's so much about what you don't know. And allow that curiosity to lead you to finding answers. Even if it leads you to standing in the same position, right? Even if it leads you to like standing stronger in your faith in that situation, it's okay. But at least you open up the space to receive someone else's point of view or others' point of view, then that energy is reciprocated, that when you're saying your point of view on something, or you're saying your perspective on something, someone is not trying to shut you down or shut you up. But instead, they're willing to receive what the information that you have. And then it allows the energy to flow better. And it has something to do with your path. or the path that you're walking at this moment in time in your life. So like, let's say you may work as a hairdresser and you do hair a certain way, and somebody is trying to show you a easier way to do something or a healthier way for the hair to do something, and you get stuck and like, well, no, I've been doing it like this for like 20 years, I'm not going to change now. And it's like, okay, but you've been doing it like that for 20 years, but you're burning people's hair off. Like that type of, that's kind of like what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be anything spiritual or anything like that. So let's go ahead and see, what do we have for love for Sagittarius for this week? What do we have for love? So we have healing the heart. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationships or addiction. A lot of you are still in this process, and your main focus is healing a specific relationship, or healing from a specific relationship. So you are healing a specific relationship, obviously, the relationship you have with yourself, right? While healing from a relationship that left you feeling unworthy and unlovable. And as you're doing that, there is a sense of like needing to remember that everything is an experience, and if you learn to feel and be in the moment and not so much needing to put titles on things, then your perception of the situation could change. So I had watched this thing, I can't remember what her name was. It was an actress. I think she's an actress. And she said, it's almost kind of like words only have power if you give it to them, right? So like, let's put it this way. If I'm cursing you out in a language that you don't understand, my words are not going to hurt you because you have no idea what the heck I'm saying to you, right? But the minute that I'm cursing you out in a way that, in a language that you understand, it's probably going to sting, right? Because you're understanding what I'm saying. So it's almost kind of like this energy of like, when you put certain titles on something, then you might get stuck within that space and not be able to see the experience for what it actually is, because you're connecting it to a specific title, right? That was the best job ever. I'm never going to find another job like that, right? So now any job or anywhere that you go, they're not going to meet the expectations of that job. That was the love of my life. So now every person that you meet is not going to meet up to that expectation. It's almost kind of like within that dynamic. I'm trying to find a better way to explain it, but that's the only way that it's coming in. So let's pull out 3 tarot. All of your cards did come out in the reverse. We have the Emperor in the reverse, the Hermit in the reverse, and then the 8 of Cups in the reverse. So it's almost kind of like, in order to free yourself or to allow yourself to get out of this rigid energy, when it comes to a perception in whatever area of your life it is, you're going to feel like you're constantly having to defend your stand, or you're almost like always on guard, and then you're not really enjoying what it is that you're doing, or you're not really enjoying that space. I don't know if that makes any sense. So let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card to close off your reading. I guess we're going with that one. The Angel Raspar. And this one came out for someone else, the number 27, right? It may be challenging, it may be difficult at first to step out and listen to or see something from a different perspective. But again, it is in connection, or is in direct connection with the path that you are now. And the needing to be open that not everyone is on the same path as you, and not everyone is going to resonate with what you're saying, and you're not going to resonate with what everyone else is saying. But that doesn't mean that there shouldn't be a space where things can be shared and accepted without wanting or the need to change each other. Well, guys, that is all that I have for you for this week. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Mwah. Bye-bye.